Hello friends, today we will discuss data and its types. So data is individual pieces of factual information recorded and used for the purpose of analysis. So data can be considered as a raw information. So we can say that information gathered by observation, measurement, research or analysis is considered as data. So this may consist of facts, numbers, names, figures, or sometime description of things. So we can organize this data in the form of graphs, charts, or tables. So simply, data can be defined as systematic record of particular quantity. So we can consider different values that represent quantity and we can club them together into one set. So this is known as data. So simply we can say that data is collection of facts and figures and we can use these facts and figures for the purpose of analysis or survey. So when we arrange this data in organized form, this will become information. Now we can classify this data into two main types, that is qualitative data and quantitative data. So this qualitative data always represent or describe qualities and characteristics of information. But in quantitative data, we can consider quantity. That is, data can be measurable or countable. So we will discuss subtypes of qualitative data as well as quantitative data. So in qualitative data, we are considering two types, nominal data and ordinal data. So in nominal data, we are dealing with data which can be classified into different categories within the variable. So this data can be labeled or classified depending upon its categories within its variable. Say for example, gender. We can classify gender into two types, that is male, woman. Otherwise, color of hair, that is blonde or brown. Sometimes we can consider ethnicity like Hispanic or Asian. So all this data is classified based upon their categories. And we are going to label something like gender, color of hair, or ethnicity. So this becomes nominal data. Now next type is ordinal data. So ordinal data is also classified based upon categories, but this data is ranked in natural order. So this data is classified based upon different measurement levels. Say for example, first rank, second rank, and third rank. Otherwise, we can consider letter grades like A, B, C. So we can assign grades as letter A, B, C for marks or any different. Next, we can consider economic status as a ordinal data. Here we can consider low, high status. So this is ranked data, or we can say this is natural order. So this is known as ordinal data. Next type is quantitative data. Now quantitative data is always measurable. So we can measure quantity of our data. So it's known as quantitative data. Along with characteristics or qualities, we can number or measure this data. So this quantitative data is again divided into discrete data and continuous data. Now discrete data is considered as a data that can only take certain values. Means this data can be counted or countable. But in continuous data, we are dealing with measurement. Measurement is what? Data that falls in constant sequence. This data always carries magnitude or units. So we can measure this data and we can count this discrete data. Say for example, the number of students in the class. So we can count number of students, but there is no unit for number of students in the class. Same thing, the number of workers in company, then the number of homes runs in baseball game. So we can't measure this data, but we can count this data. Now here in continuous data, we are saying that the height of children, so we can measure height in inches, centimeter or feet. Then square feet of house. So we can measure house in square feet as unit. Then speed of car. So speed of cars we can measure in kilometers per hour and any unit. So it will become continuous data. So this is all about data and its types. So this data and its type is necessary in statistical analysis for applying various statistical tests for the purpose of analysis. Thank you.